Good evening everyone. It's me Purvi Antani. I am here at Rao Consultants. In continuation with our speaking lectures which we've been doing for past so many months, today it is all about cue cards. Now those who are watching the videos on regular basis, I am sure you are getting a good updation of your vocabulary. Leaving vocabulary aside, though I am not leaving vocabulary aside, I am going to discuss one very common cue card today, which is, quite frequently asked in the examinations nowadays. So, I recently come across 3-4 students who were asked the same cue card topic, and it was all about description of a quiet place. Again, a very common topic in the IELTS examination, mainly in your cue card, that is part 2. So let me just give you a brief idea about what you can include in this cue card topic. So it's a very common cue card topic wherein you are asked about the description of a place that is very quiet. It is named as describe a quiet place. Now, as I always tell you that cue card is a 2-minute test wherein you have to express your ideas about the very same topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, if the topic is give the description of a quiet place, so for the initial 10 to 15 seconds, we will give an introduction to the topic. So if it's a quiet place, now how can you describe it? You can say that I work, or probably I study. I need my alone time at times, so I resort to different kind of places which are very serene and calm. Here I would like to describe about one such place which according to me is extremely quiet. So the reason you give an introduction is to make the thing very, very, very clear to the examiner that you know what the topic is, right? Now, an important thing, do not start with cliches like in the hustle and bustle of life. Right now, these have officially become such common words that it looks as if you have mugged up certain things in town, right? So start in a very good way, in a very fresh way, in a very natural way. That is important. So that is how you can start. That since I have a very strict work regime, I love having alone time. And for that, I prefer a park, or I prefer the farmhouse of my friend, which is in the outskirts of the city, right? So first you give the introduction, second you come up with the description of that place. Now before that, first you start with what that place is. Now if I describe about a quiet place, you can pick maybe a garden, which probably is in the outskirts. As I just said, it could be a farmhouse, it could be your own farmhouse which is in the outskirts, in the suburbs, in the countryside. You have a house in countryside which is very calm. Hardly 100 to 150 people live there, so it is extremely calm and quiet. You can also describe about places like probably a monastery where you recently visited. It was very calm, very calm and quiet, and you loved being there. You can also describe about places like a library. Even an examination hall can be very quiet, because while you are in an examination hall, all you can hear is nothing. So everyone's just busy writing their things. That is how you can also call an examination hall to be a very quiet place. Now, I think it's good to describe something which is a little unusual. So, why not pick something like, say, a secluded beach? So start your story now. So first you're up with the thing, okay, you are describing a beach. Now yes, I know beaches are very commercial, but if I talk about say for example, in particular a very non-commercial beach in the early morning, probably it would be a quiet place. So why not start that particular way? So here you can say that you were on a trip with your friends to Goa maybe, because that is a favorite destination here in India. So you can say that last week or last month I was on a trip to Goa with my friends. This was a long awaited trip and we have been planning it for quite a long time. Finally, our plans were accomplished and we were for our trip. It was a 6-day long trip after 2 exhausting days of fun and laughter. Finally, I wanted to give some time to myself. We were staying in North Goa, wherein most of the beaches are commercial. So the very third day, I decided to visit a non-commercial beach in the early morning. So I took my car, I got up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and all the way to the beach I was there. It was so serene, it was so calm, there was no one on the beach. It was a little dark, but still the visibility was fine. I could surely call it to be a quiet place because all I could hear was the cool breeze. I could actually feel the sound of the waves. I could actually feel my own breath. So this is how you can describe, a quiet place. I am describing why can I call it to be a quiet place? Because I could feel the breeze, blowing through my face. I could feel the sound of the wind. I could feel the sound of the waves when there was high tide, when there was low tide, and I could actually feel my own breath. As the hours or as the time proceed, I could hear the chirping birds. So why am I using all these vocabularies? Why chirping birds? Why sound of the wind? Why sound of the waves? Because it describes how calm the place was, right? So you described all about the place. It was very calm. You actually got time to introspect yourself. Now introspect means to analyze yourself. So that was the place. You sat there down, and you were introspecting yourself. You could actually feel the cold water on your feet and the cool breeze on your face. It was a very mesmerizing experience. You were lost in the beauty of that place, right? So the place was so beautiful that you were absolutely lost in the beauty of that place, right? Right from the beach, you could see a panoramic view. Now, what's a panoramic view? I'm sure all of you have that mode in your phones, panoramic mode. What is that? So right from here to here, you can see everything. So the beach was in such a central location that you could see the panoramic view of the entire beach. So you can say that I was there enjoying the panoramic view of the beach, and it was an experience which I will never forget in my life. The place where I stay currently is very crowded. I stay in the heart of the city, and I rarely get time to visit such quiet places. This was one such place where I could have the best time of my life. For the next 3 days also, I visited the beach and got my alone time. It was very quiet, very calm. I enjoyed the place, and I make sure that I visit the place every year to spend time with myself, right? So this is how you can actually give the description of a quiet place. Now, quiet place need not necessarily be something which is very, very common. Now, if I say beach, beach is a very commercial, common place, and there are high chances that probably a beach can be quiet. But I molded the entire topic in such a way that it became a quiet place. So that is what, friends, you need to do in your Q card examination. Make sure that you come up with something which is unusual, which will help you fetch bands. So don't run for vocabularies, don't run for something that is very common. Come up with something fresh and natural. So that is what you are expected to say. That is how you are expected to be expressive in the examination. So this was all about a quiet place. Next week I will have a word with some more students of mine, and we will come up with one more Q card topic which is yet again very common in our next session. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.